I hope everybody's doing well. I'm heading out here in the morning from the Miraloma access to the mountains in South Reno. It's about 9 o'clock in the middle of September. It's still pretty hot out, especially after 12 o'clock. It's incredibly brutal trying to ride at that point. So I'm going to hit some single track, some two track, a little bit of riding down in a ravine, and then I think a hill climb that I haven't done in a long time. I guess I'm going to make my excuses now. My rear tire, if you can see it here, is completely shot, so I have to get around to replacing that. And I am due for a top end rebuild and a bottom end rebuild at about 500 hours. So when I go to Mexico in a couple weeks, I'm going to drop the bike off to get that done. So you can kind of see the single track up there that I'm going to be heading over on. I've ridden it a couple times in the downhill and once in the uphill. It's pretty fun. It's not particularly technical. There's some rocks, but overall it's not that bad. It is good to sit on the seat, though a lot of the times the forced traction, especially with the tire in the condition that it's in. Looks like somebody's been here knocking a few rocks onto the trail. A lot of rocks on the trail. Tight turn there. Rock also bumped me into second gear, so I wasn't helping myself. Flattens out up here before dropping down into this little valley. It's a favorite area down there for people to shoot. So I cut the video and went back in time because I lost the fucking trail over here. We went the complete wrong way. Mostly because, you know, these trails are initially formed by the paths that the wild horses walk on. And I apparently chose the wrong horse trail. And it ended pretty quickly, and rather than see me turn the bike around and then act confused for 5 minutes as I try to find this, just cut the video. There's a scenario like this where you can barely see where you're supposed to be going. So I just chose the wrong one. It's tempting to get going faster, but every time you do that, you got to be ready to slow it down. Otherwise, you're making a turn on loose rocks and you might not like the results. Bike's wanting to overheat a bit. 2-stroke though, so it hopefully won't boil over. Does affect the feel of the hydraulic clutch though. So that's a single track access up into the hills here. From this main area, you got to take the 2-track, and then you can access other single tracks on the side of the mountain. Nice ravines and a lot of hill climbs. Don't really mind the 2-track too much after something like that. Gives you a chance to rest and get some air to cool you off. Kind of got to watch out for the square edge rocks that are really in the ground, because those can kick the brake pretty good. The loose stuff you roll over a lot easier. So really loose, rocky downhill. But once you get on your line, you're moving straight and don't have a problem. 20-inch front tire or 21-inch front tire likes to go over everything. Going too fast through these sections. You don't want to override your line of sight. Not that there's a lot of cross traffic or head-on traffic, but a lot of times there's a rock in the middle of your track that wasn't there yesterday, like those two. Can't really see over that, or I shouldn't say over it, but around the corner. There's a couple things here where you can't see over. The longer downhills I like to shut down, cool the bike off a little bit more since it's still moving at a decent speed, get some air over the radiators without the engine producing more heat. Not super critical today because it's not the middle of summer, but it is my habit. And then these big bore KTMs are super easy to bump start at the bottom of the hill. This is a nice little valley to shoot in. You can shoot all the way across it from one small hill to another, about 1,000 some odd yards. Going over those kickers, it's important to be on the gas, because if you're not, the rear end of the bike, as it breaks over the top of it, will cause the front end to dive and then kick you in the ass and potentially knock you over the bars. Even on something back there that was pretty small, it's still possible. Desert whoop here. Don't have too many of those out in this part of Reno, unfortunately. Bike does tend to wobble if you put steering input at speed. Can't see down over this hill, so slow down for it. A couple little kickers in this part of the trail due to where water likes the pool. And the next one's the tricky one just because of the distance of it front to back. If you go into it too fast, you're going to slam the front of the tire into the face, which, unless you're lucky, will end badly. Lucky or a lot more skilled than me. Up to the next part of this trail here. This is another good reason why you never want to override your line of sight. It's going to look like it goes straight, and it used to, but you can kind of see right there where the trail used to go. And then one year with heavy rain, it just cut straight through it. So it's going to be our access to the ravine. I'm not the best sand rider, but the rocks that are in the sand here really help you. And then it sort of transitions to hard pack as you continue to go forward here. Use the side of this to help myself turn. Front wheel almost got away from me. Fuck. God damn it. Well, whatever asshole dropped that fertilizer caused me to not see that rock. Lovely. And I broke the plastic part of my full wraps. Throttle stuck. God damn it. That's why I say, dirt biking's the art of learning how to crash. Normally, would not have put my arms out. But I was going straight at that fucking rock. And while I'm wearing a chest protector, I'd rather not impact it. Alright. High-tech tool here. I can get the right angle. Still a little bit sticky. Motherfucking. Fixed. Another fucking litter. But I also didn't try to save the bike. I looked for a place to put myself. I don't see any major dents on the front wheel, which is good. Nothing else really impacted. Axle feels tight. Should be good to go. A little bit sticky. Okay. Feels a little bit weird. Of course, could just be all in my head. Pro tip, you shut off your gas, turn it back on. About the 100th time I made that error. Nice little trail going off to the side there. It's a lot of fun, but it's not in the direction I want to go. Another really fun trail to the side there. Under this tree branch. I think I gotta go up the hill. Yeah. Tree collapsed on the trail long time ago at this point. Thorn bushes through here, which are incredibly pleasant. Clutch finger's starting to run out of energy. Next thing, start up over here, and the gut dips down, and then the climb all the way to the top of that hill, up by those power lines. I actually probably haven't done that one in a couple of years. It's fun, but it is a bit particular. At least it used to be on where you put your bike. You had to start down on the inside here. Well, I guess the inside would be the left of the trail if you're going up it. And then when you got to this first bush where the trail sort of turns to the left, there'd be a big root. So at that point, you had to jump the drainage in the middle of the trail over to the other side, ride that up for the next section, jump it again at the second turn, get back on the left side where there was a bit more traction before following that all the way up to the top. My lack of rear tire not going to be doing me any favors with this, but whatever. already seen me crash once. Maybe I'll do it again. Oh, this used to be smoother. That's not a good transition. Can't carry any speed anymore. Yeah, there's the root. Actually get that. Next one here is just all momentum, no skill to it at all. And then we're back over here to the main trail that goes all the way through this area that I hopped onto after the single track I was riding. So, well, hope you guys enjoyed me almost killing myself. But I should have fucking known better. Really should have. That bag was out of place, and of course, if it's there, hung up, it's probably hung up on something. Just assumed that the rock was more to the one side and didn't go all the way across it. Well, live and learn.